Welcome to Edvicon Educare. All about Snap or everything you should know about Snap is going to be covered in this video. And one by one, we're going to see all the elements that students are usually confused about Snap. We're also going to discuss the previous year trends about Snap, the selection process, various colleges that are covered under Snap, and the cutoffs and the paper pattern, and how you should be preparing for the upcoming SNAP, which is scheduled on 19 December, 8th of January, and 16th of January. So let's get started. So basically, what is SNAP? All right, it's the Symbiosis National Aptitude Test. It's an annual competitive entrance exam conducted by Symbiosis International University, that is SIU. All right, for its admission to management institutes like SIBM Pune, SIBM Bangalore, SAMHRD, SIOM, SIIB, which is Symbiosis International Business, right? And there are a lot of colleges and a lot of good programs that are covered under this exam. So you can get admission to all these premier colleges via SNAP only. Only if you appear for SNAP and clear out the process that they lay in front of you. So what is this particular process? What is this exam all about? What is so unique about this exam? How to register for it, and when the forms are out, and what suggestion we give to students who are appearing for SNAP this year. We are going to see all of that. All right. So let's get started with it, guys. First and foremost, I'll cover the basic eligibility for your SNAP. All right. So this is one of the most common eligibility criteria. So basically, what happens in SNAP is a lot of eligibility criteria revolves around the program also that you're applying for. So someone might apply for plain MBA. Someone might apply for your what is a business analytics, data analytics, and all of that stuff. So even for agricultural programs, all right, so it might differ by a bit, but mostly this is the most common eligibility criteria that you should definitely fulfill if you want to sit for your SNAP or you want to be eligible for this exam. So candidate should be a graduate from any recognized university institution of national importance and must have obtained a minimum of 50% or equivalent grade. All right. 45% or equivalent grade for scheduled caste and scheduled tribes at graduation. All right. So this is what the minimum, bare minimum criteria is. All right. And again, those who are in their final years can also apply, but their admission would be subject to obtaining the minimum prescribed percentage, what they are expecting out of you. All right. If you do not get that percentage, you will not be given admission. So even final year students can apply for this exam. All right. A candidate who has completed qualifying qualification from any foreign university must obtain an equivalent certificate from Association of Indian Universities, that is AIU. All right. So those who have done their qualification from even foreign universities are welcome to apply and sit for SNAP. The only thing is that they should get this equivalent certificate. So basically, this is what we are looking at for major eligibility criteria for a student for appearing for SNAP. All right. Now the overview of SNAP exam. Alright, we'll take one thing step by step. So a candidate who aspires to join Symbiosis MBA program offered by Institutes of Symbiosis International, SIU, has to take common mandatory Symbiosis National Aptitude Test, as I've already mentioned. This exam is conducted in computer-based test, alright, which is CBT. Alright, it's not a paper-based test, it's a computer-based test. So now what's the first step? The first step is to register for the SNAP test. Second is to pay your registration fee, and then you need to register for the various programs as well. Guys, do not forget this thing. This is also very important. All right. So institute wise, there are various programs like MBA in business analytics, MBA in finance, or I'm going to cover all of such stuff. Like SIBM Pune has a plain MBA and it has MBA, innovation, and entrepreneurship. All right. So individually, you need to apply for all the programs that you are interested in. All right. Just by appearing for SNAP or paying the fees or registering for SNAP doesn't ensure your application for their programs. All right. Individually, you need to apply for the institute and the programs as well. Pay the registration fee separately for each program, as I've already told you. For each and every program, you would need to pay a registration fee. All right. So you need to be very selective. All right. You need to visit the website, all right, which is snaptest.org. I'll just mention it over here. And you can just do a study of what all institutes you want to target and what all programs you are interested in. Once you do this study, it gets very easy for you to shortlist 3 or 4 good programs or institutes and then pay the fees, because there are going to be a lot of courses and programs, more than 40 plus or 50 plus. You're not going to pay for all of them, right? You're going to only appear for the institutes and courses that you're interested in or which lies in your interests. All right. Now, just going through the overview, how this goes is like, if you're shortlisted for a program, all right, this is post SNAP exam, all right, you'll get communication regarding whether you're shortlisted or not. All right, so if you're shortlisted for program where you had applied, the candidate would need to participate further in Symbiosis admission process, where he needs to give GE, which is group exercise, PI, and WAT. All right, group exercise, they will make you do some sort of group exercise, a very unique activity. All right, this is unique to only Symbiosis institutes, and a very interesting one. All right, it tests your character as a what you say, a management student or a student who is aspiring management career. Then personal interview. All right, they will ask you various questions as other colleges do, a very simple process. And this is writing ability test, so you have to go through this process as well after you clear out your SNAP exam, and only after you're shortlisted for your particular program that you have applied for. All right. So once again over here, I've just reminded you that you have to pay for SNAP test as well as for program registration on this website, which is snaptest.org. All right. But do not forget, there are two things that you need to really keep in mind: SNAP registration and then program registrations as well. Now the SNAP exam pattern. All right, very important guys, because this has changed post 2020. All right, so from 2020, SNAP adopted this pattern of 1 hour exam, that is a 60 minutes exam. All right, and then there were three sections. First section is general English reading, which comprises of reading comprehension, verbal reasoning, and verbal ability. All right, there are a total of 15 questions in it. All right, a total of 15 questions. For each question, you are given a +1 and a negative of 1/4. All right, similarly for analytical and logical reasoning, you have got 25 questions, +1 -25. All right, for every correct answer, you get a +1. For every incorrect answer, you get -25. Similarly, quantitative and data interpretation and data sufficiency, you've got 20 questions. So a total of 60 questions, a total of 60 minutes. This is how the mapping is for the new pattern of SNAP. All right. So this was the same pattern that was adopted in last year's SNAP. All right. The SNAP that happened in December of 2020, and the two slots that happened in January of 2021. All right. And the same pattern is being continued now for this year's SNAP as well. All right. Now you must be wondering that why am I saying that there are three slots or three attempts? All right, for SNAP. So what happens guys is that like last year, this year also they have given you three dates. So 19 December, all right, 2021 is one date, your 8th Jan, all right, 2022, and your 16 Jan 2022, right? So a candidate can appear for a maximum of two tests for SNAP 2021. All right, he can appear for maximum of two tests. And if a candidate appears for two tests, the higher of this higher score will be considered for final percentile calculation. So let's suppose your test one and test two you take. All right, so whichever higher out of these two tests, that will be considered for final percentile calculation, and there will be no normalization for that. And guys, this SNAP authority SIU has a rigorous process which they claim to have statistically tested, that will be administered to ensure that unique type of questions are framed under specific topics across the question paper. So because of this, what they try to convey is that they are going to set the question papers across all three sets with equal difficulty. All right, so they really do not entertain any correspondence regarding students complaining about one slot being difficult or one slot being easy, because they claim that they have ensured normalization of the spread of questions across the section. All right, so you can be rest assured that all three slots are going to be of equal difficulty or equal level. All right, so you don't need to worry about that thing. Now the most important thing of this video, SNAP syllabus. So I'll quickly go through the SNAP syllabus that is most important, and this usually SNAP or SIU does not give a prescribed syllabus, but this is based on the previous year trends that have been coming in SNAP. All right. So general English, analogies, all right, sentence correction, synonyms and antonyms. All right, you can write this under vocabulary. Very important part. All right, para jumbles, fill in the blanks. All right. Grammar, again, a very vital part of Snap. All right. In grammar, active voice and passive voice, really important, guys. So make sure you are on point with it. RCs, though in 2020 no RCs were tested, but you cannot rule them out. All right, so this is what most probably you should be working on. And vocabulary covers a lot of your topics like one word substitution, uh, various what you say synonyms and antonyms. All right, odd one out, and all these things. All right, so this is what your general English comprises of. Now, if I talk about analytical and logical reasoning on previous trends, uh, direction sense, blood relation, coding, decoding. All right, your critical reasoning, your syllogisms, right? Syllogs, clocks and calendars, blood relation, I've already covered. All right. Visual reasoning. All right. All those figures given to you, and then they ask the mirror image and the water image. All right. All of those stuff. Okay. You should be good with that. And your basically arrangement questions or puzzles. All right. Puzzles. So analytical and logical reasoning have more number of topics under it simply because more number of questions are also asked on it. All right, so you can expect a good healthy syllabus for logical reasoning, and you should be able to cover it because most of it is pretty basic. All right. Next is about quantitative data interpretation, data sufficiency. All right, so arithmetic again forms a very important part. All right, then your what you say algebra, modern maths. All right, so basically arithmetic, some important topics like TSD, time and work, profit and loss, percentages. All right, all such SICI, all such topics come under it, and algebra again, inequalities and all such quadratic equation and all such topics are going to come. Series is one very important thing that you should do for your SNAP. All right, set theory. All right, all such things that are there, you should be very good with them. Mixtures allegation under your arithmetic as well. So what I'm going to do in slide that is going to come up is that I'm going to show you some really important topics that you really need to do for your snap, especially if you're appearing for this year's. So before we jump on to some important topics that you need to cover under SNAP and the strategy for this year's SNAP that you need to adopt for your preparation and for your exam, let me just cover quickly the colleges that come under SNAP. All right, because now you also need to pay for your college's fee and the application fee, right? So you should be aware about it prior. SIBM Pune, SIBM Bangalore, Hyderabad. All right, then there's SCMHRD. This is Operations College, which is Symbiosis Institute of Operation Management. SIBM Nagpur is there. Symbiosis Institute of International Business, right? Then you have SIDTM, which is basically Symbiosis Institute of Digital and Telecom Management, right? Then this is of Symbiosis Institute of Management Studies, all right? Symbiosis Institute of Media and Communication, all right? So there are all sorts of colleges over here. This is a banking and finance college, all right? This is sports, all right? This is specifically sports, which is Symbiosis Schools of Sports Sciences. So once you visit this website, which is snaptest.org, you will find a list of all such colleges, and you'll also find the programs that they are giving you. All right, because some programs might be giving you multiple options. All right, so you need to visit this website when you register for the exam, and you also need to go through all the list of colleges and the programs that they are providing you. The shortlisting process, all right, I'll quickly cover it. It's pretty simple. Your snap score is scaled down to 50 marks. All right, and then your group exercise is allotted 10 marks, your personal interview is allotted 30, and your writing ability is allotted 10. All right, the total comes out to be 100. All right, so uh, to put it very simply, 50% of the weightage is to your snap, and 50% of your weightage is to your GE, PI, and WAT. As simple as that. All right, so you should be equally preparing for both the things. Now, as I promised you, we're going to talk about the strategy for SNAP, all right, especially for students who are appearing for this year and even for students who are planning to appear for next year. All right, keep this in mind. Speed should always be your priority because this is a 60 minutes game. All right, you've got 60 minutes. So you should be on your toes right from the start. It shouldn't be like first 10 minutes you took to just get adapted to the exam and then you got into the flow. Right from minute one, you should get into the flow and solve the paper at a constant and a continuous speed. All right, consistency should be there. Accuracy is very important, guys, because there are negative marks. All right, 0.25 negative is there for every incorrect answer. Plus, you have got less amount of time. So you're not only losing time, but you're getting a negative also if you lack on accuracy. All right. So just because you need to solve maximum questions doesn't mean that you screw up the questions and screw up the accuracy or play with the accuracy. Selection of the best. So basically, selection is a very important thing. Selection of what? Selection of questions. All right. If you're good in selecting the questions, which questions are best for you of solving in the first 20 minutes, which are not good for you, which are the questions that you should leave for the last. All of such decisions are going to make sure that you crack this exam. All right, so very easy. All right, simply putting it that you should solve all easy questions in the first half, and you should go for moderate level or questions that you feel are going to take much more time or difficult for you. You should solve them in the second half or the second round. All right, pinpoint relevant preparation, guys. Go through previous year's trends, papers. All right, solve all the importance. All right, all the topics that I'm going to mention. So you got to do a pinpoint relevant preparation. If you're going to prepare for CAT and SNAP and you compare the syllabus, thoda sa there's a difference between the preparation for CAT and SNAP. So you need to adjust for SNAP. All right, that is why I've mentioned this point, pinpoint relevant preparation. Optimizing the score in 60 minutes. So there should be a proper plan with you. All right, there should be a proper plan with you for optimizing the score in the 60 minutes, in which you should be able to scan the paper very fast. You should be able to identify the easy questions. All right, after identifying the easy questions, attack them. After attacking the questions, whatever are leftovers, go to them and finish them off. All right, this is the game plan that you need to adopt to optimize your score. For this, for practicing this, you might take some mock tests also and just perfect yourself with this strategy. So based on the previous trends, I have some important topics which you need to really focus on now, all right, with whatever time you're left with. For general English, it would definitely be idioms, foreign words, phrases, figure of speech, change of voice, direct, indirect speech. And one more thing I would ask of you is part of speech if you are giving your JAN attempt. All right, parts of speech. All right, vocabulary to is a given thing that you should do continuously because this is not the last exam that you're going to take. There are multiple exams that are going to come which are going to test you on vocab. For mathematics, these are the topics: profit and loss, SICI, time and work, time, speed, distance. All right, data sufficiency, at least do some practice because usually concepts are known to students, but they make silly errors while solving data sufficiency questions. So you should have sufficient amount of practice. Calculation and speed maths practice should definitely be there because it's again a 60-minute game, as I've already told you, speed exam. All right, and you're also going to have DI, you're going to have cons, so you don't want to use your rough paper, end up wasting a lot of precious seconds or time. All right, so you should be able to do it orally, and for that you'll need some practice. All right, modern maths, PNC, probability, and all such topics like set theory are really important. So if you can just brush up the basic concepts or practice some questions on it, would definitely do good for you. Similarly, for analytical and logical reasoning, these are the topics that you really need to go through. All right, clocks and calendar, basically formula based and concepts, go through them once. Critical reasoning, how you need to do them, just practice will help you out. Blood relation, get the basics correct. All right, puzzles and arrangement, all the rules and all the who is to the left and who is to the right should be clear to you and how to do that. All these things should be crystal clear. Input, output, coding, decoding, syllogisms, and direction sense. If you have missed out on any topic, just brush through what sort of questions come and how they frame questions. All right, so these are the important topics that you should be focusing on, all right, for your logical reasoning and analytical. So that's it in this video, guys. I hope you have got all the information regarding Snap that you must be looking for. So thanks a lot, guys.